Well, I won't lie to you, it's not the morning, it's the afternoon, but welcome back to Hammond's Upholstery. The sun's definitely out, it's beautiful. It's a bit of a struggle to stay at work, but I need to get some done. So let's have a walk through and see what's going on. Right, well, this chair you'll have seen in the last vlog is still waiting to be collected from the customer. We've got the antique chair there that is the next after the job that we're currently on with. Set dining chairs, go back, 2 wing chairs. This is the job we're on with. It hasn't got the legs on it at the moment, the legs are there. It's the legs. So we're recovering this in, I believe it's a moss green velvet. So you can see where it's faded here. That's where the arm caps would have been. It's faded. Other than that, it's a pretty solid little chair. Fixed back. So, as always, we've got to rip it up to recover it. I need to replace the cushion feel as well. I'm hoping I've got one in stock that will be suitable for that. So let's crack on and get this ripped up. Okay, so back on with this chair over my shoulder. Excuse the kettle boiling in the background, but it's tea time, so bear with me. Anyway, this chair's in the background here. We have all the fabric ripped up there. You can just see over my shoulder there. That's what I'm going to use for templates, but it's a very simple chair. Manufacturer or the label is Laura Ashley here in the UK. So there you go. It's not the worst quality I've seen, you know, don't get me wrong. It's nice to see it's got a sprung seat in it and it has some wood in it. The foam's okay. I'll spin you around and show you what I'm on about. Right, so the back has got some decent elastic webbing in it. We've got some decent foam on it. Chipboard, it's screwed. Don't see any glue, but it is screwed. We have some real wood or veneers anyway, ply. So, and we have a sprung seat with the tension wire across it. So yeah, decent quality. Oh, nearly dropped it off the trestle then. And this is the fabric it's going to be in, moss velvet. This is a Warwick velvet. I think it's the Manolo range, bear with me. I'll just check that for you. No, it's from the Manhattan range, so there you go. So that fabric, that chair, there's the cushion. Customers requested we reuse the cushion fill. It's not in bad condition, so I understand that. I'd always advise changing it though, we get a better finish. And here's the templates that I'm going to use. So the kettle's about boiled, so I'll make me a cup of tea, cut the fabric, and we'll get back to you when we're ready to upholster this. This chair shouldn't take too long to upholster. As always, the worst bit it's done is ripping it up, and then it's making the patterns. The actual upholstery of something like this is relatively straightforward and not the slowest part. It's the ripping up and preparation. like any tradesman will tell you, it's all in the preparation. So that's the kettle boil. Time for a cup of tea, and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay, so I've got the fabrics cut, ready to go on. I've put one arm on already, but you can join me for the second arm here, and we'll crack on with that. So first off, spray with that front. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. The actual dog's made an appearance. See if I can show you. There he is. He's out to the car or the van. Oh dear. So, it does come in the workshop now and again. Don't really want to be in the workshop, do you, mate? No. So, right. Let's go on with this arm. So the inside arm and outside arm are in one piece on these. So we need to make sure that we get this joint here in the same place on both arms. So I have got a mark to go by. It probably won't show up on camera. Start off getting that into position and then give that pull to the back. Now we've got to make some cuts on this inside arm. We'll go through the back here and the bottom of the seat. So first off, I'm going to pull the arm down the front, get some tension in it. I'm going to staple that to the seat roll to hold it in place, seat rail, sorry, to hold it in place. Now stapled down on here. Need to make a cut on this fabric so it goes past the seat rail. These are very straightforward, simple arms to do. Like everything else though. Just when you know what to do. So I'll pull this down here, the front of the arm. Some tension in it past the seat. The seat border will come across here and cover this section of the arm. We'll get to that. So smooth the fabric towards the back. Use the seat to hold the fabric in place. Next off, I've got to make the cuts around this back here. Let's spin it round. That's them. Okay, so I've got to make these cuts here. So there's a rail that comes down here. That's all. The rest of it is the fabric can go underneath. There's actually a piece of timber here as well, but it's not attached to the arm at the top, so my fabric can go through there up to this rail, which is here. Okay, so we're going to make a cut to go around that rail. Like so. And we're simply going to tuck this fabric through the back. Then this piece of fabric here needs to get stapled up on that rail. We've cut it around and it's securely in place. Again, when the inside back goes on, that will cover that. Whilst I've got the chair this way round, let's get the outside back pulled down. Don't want to pull it too hard because I don't want to distort this outside arm line too much. You can help it. Few staples there at the back. Same at the front. Staples on the outside back. I won't pull that tight until I've got the front on. So we'll go back to the inside arm now. Okay. So we've got to get this through the inside back. Again, there's a seat rail here that goes along the bottom. Okay. So we need to cut the fabric to go past that and down the side of the seat. As always, don't get these cuts right, any of these cuts right, you could end up having to remake the arm. Which can be very costly when you look at the cost of fabrics. Right, so that's that cut down the row. So we're going to give it a pull towards the back here. So I want to pull along this line here to the back, past this rail, fabric and stuff will fabric at the back. Pull the nuts out of it because we're pulling the front as well yet, and we don't want to change the arm too much because Smart has asked that we reuse the existing seat cushion, so I don't want to fits into the job. If I pull the arm really tight, front of back and up and down, I could be making the seat width wider. So let's get the outside arm stapled back here. I'm not going to pull it towards the front, so that's better. Staple it well in from the edge, even though it's got a facing going on it. Better be safe than sorry. We wouldn't want to staple it too close to the edge and then find that the facing doesn't cover it. Right, so the other arm here has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the join to the outside back pleats in it. So we need to make sure we do the same on this one. So we've already got one in because that's the outside arm stitch line. So that's number 2. Going in, pull the fabric underneath the pleat. Then the pleat over the top, number 3. That's off some excess before it gets too bulky here. number 4. Again, staple the underside of the pleat, then pull the pleat over top. 4 and 5. Right, finish that off. Trim off the excess. Leave the chair onto its side so I can staple the outside back. Now I can't really staple into this edge of the timber here because it's chipboard, so it doesn't really hold very well, so I'm going to wrap the fabric around and staple it in the other side, the face side of the chipboard rather than the edge. The face holds the staple much better than the edge of the chipboard. Putting a little bit of tension in it, but again, not enough to distort the outside stitch line. Just cut the fabric off around where the leg fixings are. This has got, as the majority of furniture has now, a screw-in leg, so there's a threaded insert on this leg that we want to make sure that we don't cover. That's the outside arm finished off. The inside arm now along through the seat. This gets stapled to the underside of this seat rail on this particular chair. Trim off some of this excess fabric. Fold the fabric back on itself. Staple it on the underside of this rail. Now the seat will get stapled in on this same part of the rail. Again, this is how it's originally manufactured, so we'll do the same. Off the excess. As you can see, I didn't really need the fly on, but it did make it easier for pulling the fabric through. Instead of trying to get hold of this with your fingertips, for the sake of sewing on a bit of scrap fabric on it, it makes life a lot easier. So that's both arms on now. Inside back's next. Now the inside back is cut and machined. So let's get that on. I'll just spin the chair around and we'll see how that fits. It should fit absolutely fine because I used the original one as a template. Make sure the job's on the trestle, don't want it falling off. Right. Yeah. So we've just recreated how the back was done originally. So it should be relatively straightforward. Easy job to put back on. I'm laying it into position just to look at it and visually inspect it. Everything seems okay, so we start off by making sure that piping over the edge of the chair. Same as when I'm doing stool tops or facings or anything, take note of the piping, gives you a better finish. So good. So even before I put a single staple in it, checking the fitment on everything. That's fine, so I now need to get this in down the back. This will need a cut when it gets to the back rail. Tight down the bottom here to get past these springs. On this side, I'm going to stand it up and pull the fabric through properly. Now this is a fixed back job. So there's no cushion on it. Or no loose cushion going in the back. So I'm just now pulling down, piping. I want the salvage to disappear down this side. We'll put a staple in here to hold it before I make any further cuts. Do the same on this side as well. Let's get this spun round. Back in a minute. Right, sorry about that. Just had a customer come in. This isn't a film studio, it's a working workshop. So anyway, we're back to this. I was just pulling the top of the back over, just ease the fabric over. I'm looking down this piping line here to see I've got a nice curve on it. It's not got divots in it, it's just a nice uniform curve at the top. And of course run out of staples. Same with this side. So I'm now going to, let's try it so you can see it better. Make my cuts here to get this fabric around the arm here. Fold this back underneath the foam. Let's try and eliminate this crease in here. Better. It's effectively go up to the top, and we will have a pleat in the top corner over the edge. Like so. Try and bring it 45 degrees. Okay, can you see that? So I've got a nice 45-degree plate. This is still the inside back. We need to pull that off in a second, but we'll just do the same on the other side. Again, fold in the fabric, then cut off the salvage. So I'm allowing enough, or leaving enough salvage to be able to fold that back up out of the way, enough that people don't get their fingers in there and pull it out. There you go. And again, 45-degree. There. Gives us the maximum cover here that we can use to get our outside back along there nice and clean. Got a nice curve on the top of the back. Cut off the salvage. Now we've got the inside the back pieces, the fly on the inside back. So give that a little pull. It's got a nice shape on the front. Do the same with this side as well. Got a nice curve onto that cushion now. Okay. Now I'm going to leave the bottom of the inside back flapping like that for the time being till I get the seat in, and then the seat gets stapled down on this rail first, then the inside back. That closes the gap up. Look, anybody puts their hands in there, they're not going to put their hand right the way through. Let's spin this round so we can have a look. There's the inside back on. When I pull the done the seat and pull the back off, we'll lose this crease in here because we'll be getting some tension in it going down, so that'll be fine. It's come out nice. It's a lovely fabric to work with. Makes life a bit easier. Right, so the seat's next, but there you go. The seat is next. There's no buts. Seat's here. I'm going to mark a line back here so we get the seat platform line going equally, equal distance from the front edge of the rail. So we use the original one as the guide, so that's 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches. Okay. So that's marked on the line there, so we're just going to lay this back so I can staple that through and down so it's not going to move anywhere. I'm going to get a line at 5.5. Front edge pulled over. Let's push the platform lining through the back. It's a little tight, like I said previously, because of the springs. It's a very small seat rail gap, which is fine. It's what you want. Cuts to go over the seat rail now. This side. So I just had a customer in whilst I'm doing this with their sofa seat cushion. Said that this sofa seems to be collapsing on one side where they sit regularly. They look like a replacement cushion fills. But as soon as I saw the cushion fills, took them off him, I could feel that actually there wasn't much wrong with that cushion fill. It felt still relatively firm to me and not lumpy and bumpy. It was a foam fill. So I showed the customer a medium density replacement cushion fill and let them see for themselves that there wasn't a great deal of difference, if any, between that and their existing cushion. He said, well, he could change it for a firmer cushion fill, but firmer cushion fills are a lot firmer. And I showed them that as well. And they agreed, yes, it is a lot firmer, in fact, possibly too firm for them. So I pointed out to them that I don't think that the cushion fills are the issue with their sofa. Purchased it from SES here in the UK. I don't think there's much wrong with those cushion fills, and if the seat feels like it's collapsed, I would suggest that it's possibly the seat itself that is at fault or worn. If it's webbed, the sofa now being 4 years old, the webbing in the seat will most certainly have stretched. If it's sprung, I would suggest that there's been no canvas installed and not enough springs. But this furniture is 4 years old. They didn't pay a lot of money for it, and the majority of it now from these places seems to be only built to last 4 or 5 years. These 10-year guarantees on the frame and so on, yeah, the guarantees, are they worth anything? All they've got to do is turn around to you and say it's abnormal wear and tear, and the guarantee doesn't have to be on it. So you take your chances buying cheap furniture. I understand why there's cheap furniture out there. But unfortunately, it doesn't mean a cheap sofa is going to last as long as an expensive sofa. It doesn't always say that an expensive sofa is going to last as long, because there's a lot of people out there selling cheap furniture at expensive prices. It's a tricky one. It certainly is tricky. As a member of the public, to feel like you're buying something that's going to last you. Right, I need to take these staples out the bottom now that we're here to hold the seat platform the same distance from the front edge. Done their job. So top fabric, staple in there. Dog is whinging. I don't suppose you can hear that. He's whining because he's in here with me and he wants to go to sleep, and he's wandering around the workshop as we speak, trying to find a hidey hole. I don't think he can get to his normal one. No. So give in and let him go in. the car. So he can have a nap. Right, that's pretty much sitting. Need to stand it up and make these quick. These cuts to the back, past this seat rail here. One. This on this side. Pull the seat from front to back. To get tension in the back of the seat. Let's spin it round so you can see. Because it will stretch. On the other side. Just check. That looks good. Staple that off. Try not to put staples through spring clips. Okay. So that's the seat pretty much in. Need to staple the bottom of the inside back off. Then I can look at the outside back. So, but first off, I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I'll get back to you when we're doing the, well, outside back next. Outside back, facings, bottom cloth, and it's done. Right, so outside back time. It's easier for me to do this on the floor, so that's what I'm going to do. So we've got the outside back on. We're just going to use a cardboard back tacking strip on the top edge here. Pull the back tacking strip nice and tall. Cut off the excess. We're out of staples. Right, so very straightforward chair to do this one. Outside back straight and then the facings and then the bottom cloth. I've yet to cut and sew the cushion. So I will do that off camera and then come back to you with the finished item. Get this back to the customer ASAP. This is for the customer's disabled mother, I believe. It's her favourite chair, so she's getting it done for Easter present. So that's just a bit of foam along the bottom edge. We're going to use the back tacking strip that you've seen me use previously, this metal back tacking strip. Okay, I'm sure there's somebody on there on site to show you how to use this better. I will do. So I'll just get on with it. So start by putting the fabric in the centre, then to the sides. Both sides. Before we use a back tacking strip. Need to cut it to length. Cutting it's probably not the right term to use because it's more breaking. That's used with ball nose pliers, creates a line in the metal that is easily broken at that point. Cut the excess plastic sleeve off and start touching it. Lovely weather out there today. Start thinking about other things I could be doing. As always, try and hit on the prongs so we don't bend them. This is a very durable velvet and it bounces back nicely after that's been tapped down, so that's fine, no qualms about that whatsoever. With some other fabrics you would not want to be hitting them, some other velvets do. Just the sleeves come off it. No big issue, put that back on. We need to cut it to it. some of the sandwich off this side. It can get quite bulky if you try and fold too much under. Certainly at the top. You've got to see what to do with the hammer. Put that down somewhere. I'll just check it's not in the back. It has happened before now with tools. There we go. It'll turn up. It's always amazing how you can just be using something and then put it down and it disappears. It's the same this side. Want to be tapping it down on the prongs. Give it a shake just to make sure there's no hammer in it. I don't know where my hammer's gone. Where's my hammer gone? Literally. Seriously, put it down. I'll find it. Just where my staple gun's on the end of a big lead. Otherwise I'd lose that as well. Right, outside back. Cut the salvage off. Not in the back. There. I am actually still looking for my hammer. There you go. Right. Outside back side. So let's just trim that off. Before we put the bottom on, I need to do the facings. Pair of facings are over here. So these are next quick job. These are platforms off conservatory furniture, the seat platforms. They just unscrew and the customer brings them in. Look how that webbing's deteriorated there. That is elastic webbing. Yeah. And the cloth that they've used is poor quality as well as that. We're just going to replace all that. So, pair of facings. I'll spin the camera round. Need to get these covered. Then they can go on the job. They're going to have piping along this edge, as they were done originally. The clips, we managed to get them off without damaging the clips, so they can go back on as they were originally, with luck. Okay, so I'll spin the camera around and show you what we're up to now. Okay, time to do the facings. Cut the fabric, made sure the piles go in the same direction. Top to bottom, we're going to need to change from our 10mm staples to 6mm, so we don't go through this board. Turn it into a pin cushion. So just could put a staple in the top just so we've got something to start with. Down towards them. That's better. Pull fabric down. So put some tension in the bottom. Just tiny little pleats, bring it round the edge, or however you want to call it, ruching. Cut some of that off. Leaving it open and a flat on the bottom to go underneath the frame. I'm still looking around for my hammer. If anybody sees a blue hammer in this video in the shot, let me know. I can't see it now. Right, piping. Make sure that the piping hangs over the edge so it looks like piping. Okay, so we're making sure that we're hanging the piping right up along this edge so it hangs over and the piping's visible. Done. Get the other one done and then we can attach them to the job. Put a bottom cloth on it, a feet on it, and then I can crack on cutting and sewing the cushion fill. Or it's not the fill, the cover, cushion, seat cushion cover. Not the fill. Original fill. She's quite happy with the way, or her mother's quite happy with how that feels. You know what, you wouldn't think a hammer would be that easy to lose, would you? There it is. Found it. Panic's over. You can all stop looking now. It's hiding under a bit of Lux Bond. I just spotted the handle. Obviously a safe place, I was thinking when I put it down. Frightened somebody's going to burst in any minute and steal my hammer. So I put it in a safe place. Right, so that's facings covered. One front, one back. So let's spin you round and show you them going on the chair. So these should go back in the original fixing holes. Shouldn't be too much drama there. Feel the panel fasteners, just tap on where the panel fasteners are. Personally, I think the facings are a bit big for my taste. I think they would have looked better narrower. Change the staples over in my gun from the 6mm back to some 10s. Finish the bottom of this off. Piping straight down. I can tell the postman's turned up on site because I just heard the dog give him a bit of a woof. He likes the postman, doesn't chase him, they get on well, but he just gets excited when he sees him. He always comes over, says hello to Tucker, the dog. So things are on. We'll give them a good whack on the piping. Using one of the lamps to interfere with the feet going back on. And it gives it better shadow line. know where the hammer is. So myself puts it there. Right, bottom cloth now. Before I put the bottom cloth on, I need to staple off the side of the seat. Fold that back on itself, more staples. Fold it back, nice and strong. This side. A couple of staples in the Lux bond. Check the fixings for the feet all clear. We're ready to put the bottom cloth on. Change staples in our gun. Some black staples. Start off the bottom cloth in the centre, front, couple of staples there. Some of the salvage off, because if it's too long it could interfere with the fixing holes for the feet. We only want to be able to fold an inch or so back, and then it's not going to get in the way of those. Same with the sides. Open back, run the staples along. Staples every inch or so. Keep it nice and uniform. Might be the bottom cloth, but it's something the customer can see quite easily, especially if they can deliver new furniture where they may have to attach the legs themselves. So if you put a bottom cloth on that looks very poorly done, or haphazard, or no caretaking, that will indicate the same about the rest of the job. To me anyway, that's what I would do. Bottom machine threads. To be able to go in. Let's spin them in. Alright, these feet are pretty standard, very tough because of the size of them. And if they're done up tight and tight, there shouldn't be any real rocking from side to side, and these feet will last a long time. These feet come with these spacers on them. They've got a serrated edge so they grip. These spacers, I will lift the foot up slightly, so on the edge here, if you got like where you saw me on the facing, tap the piping down, if they haven't done that, then that can create a lump, and this allowance here is to allow for fabric. Sometimes you'll see those spacers, other times you won't see them. It depends on the manufacturer. If the manufacturer's not been lazy and cut off their salvage as they've gone along and tapped their piping down, or even cut the piping out, you don't really need to put them on, in my opinion, because you're only looking at a very minimal thickness of fabric at that point. Some of the manufacturers and some of the stuff I've seen where nobody cuts their salvage off, they just fold it back, staple it out the way, or just leave it there. Yeah, I can see why you would want to put them on. I like to keep things neat as I go along. So these legs you can pretty much buy online, straightforward. So if you wanted to change the finish on them, they're not expensive legs, so dependent on the fabric that you put on a chair, if you decide that your finish doesn't really go with it, you can get a new set of legs relatively cheaply. £20, £25 for a set. So there we have it. I've got the cushion here. This is the cushion. I've got to make a new cover for it, which is next. So I will get on with getting that cut using the old cover as a template. I will check it though, and we'll come back to you with the finished item very shortly. Okay, so the chair's done, as you can just about see over my shoulder. I've sewn the cushion up, filled it, and it's ready to go. So let's spin the camera around so you can have a better look at this. There you have it. Quite a transformation from the cream fabric to this. You don't really see the join on the outside arm there on the video, but there is a joint. Let's just spin the chair around so you can see the back. And there's the back. So, nice simple full back lounge chair. We've reused the customer's cushion feel, but it's okay actually. It's not bad feel. This is a Laura Ashley chair, just for people's reference, and I have to say the build quality is pretty good. The only thing that personally I would have changed, or would change, if it was my chair, I would have put smaller facings on it. But there you go. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Purely just to show you what's going on in the workshop. I've now got a helmet to cover for myself. I may show you that, may not. It's 10 minutes. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy this video. As always, we'll keep the content coming out. Please like and share, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye bye.